All right, y'all. So while I was out there in the garden planting my stuff, my neighbor who has a garden bought me over a bag full of goodies. So I will be using them, and I will be using the seeds of every product in here. So yes, look at us sharing this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Once I get something going, but he got just about everything the same stuff that I have too. But he grows some really big tomatoes and different things like that, and so his stuff be looking really pretty. So he got either a habanero or what you call them, banana peppers. He got these growing, so I'm gonna drop some of these in the dirt because I had some, but they did not come out. So I will be cutting this open and putting this in the garden. We may do it tomorrow because I actually have some banana pepper pickled in the refrigerator that I'm gonna add this to if I didn't throw them out, because my sister Music Bird had left 3 jars of those banana peppers that we don't eat like that. We eat them, but we don't eat them enough to keep them, fluctuating through the house. And, so I may still have a jar left in there. If not, I do have a jalapeno jar in there with pickled jalapenos in it. And I'll throw that bad baby in there with them too. And we just gonna see how that works out because, yeah. We ain't gonna let nothing go to waste. So we got us a banana pepper is what I'm gonna call it right now. I don't know if this one of them pepperoncinis, peppercini peppers. We gonna say peppercini pepper. I don't know. This kind of look like it, but we just gonna put it in some pickle juice and we gonna make it do what it do. That's what we gonna do around here. If not, your girl keep a jar of pickle juice on deck, baby. So either way, it's gonna get pickled. Sure is. It's gonna get pickled because we got a whole bunch of them in here. Sure do. And there's more. So we gonna pickle these bad babies because that's the only way I eat them. I don't eat them raw, so I eat them pickled. So like I said, I got a jar of pickle juice still sitting around, a fresh one at that, because I eat pickles like that. We gonna throw that bad baby in some pickle juice and we gonna see what happens. Okay, so thank you, neighbor, for looking out for your girl. I guess he seen me pick up some because he had set a container full of his vegetables that he grew in his garden on the side of the road so anybody could just grab some. And I seen some bell peppers that day, and so I grabbed like 3 bell peppers of his out of the container, came home, used them, and planted the seeds out there in the garden. And so the bell pepper that's growing out there now is actually from his garden. And I meant to tell him that when he brought these over, but I wasn't thinking. I was excited because it came with a bag in his hand, honey, and I knew what time it was when he walked over here with that bag. So yes, my neighbor be sharing his things out of his garden with me, and once my stuff get the popping, I'm gonna share with him too. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do nothing but show the love back. That's how we do. So we have us an orange bell pepper. I have red bell pepper seeds and I have green bell pepper seeds, and now I got an orange bell pepper seed. Look at God. Y'all see what I'm talking about? So I'm getting a variety of stuff in my garden, and some of it I'm paying for and some of it I'm not. And so I'm blessed, I'm thankful, however I'm getting it. So he also had a green bell pepper. So we got some more of those in here. And these are all out of his garden, my neighbor's garden. Mine's that's on my plant is about this size right here right now. So I was wondering if it was pickable. And so I guess it is, but I'm gonna see if it'll get this big or this big. So I'm gonna just let it sit there and do its thing because I got bell peppers. So there's no need for me to go and bother it because I have some to use for now. So I like that one. I wanted to get this size too. But yeah, y'all, so that's what's going on today. My neighbor sharing with me things out of his garden. So yeah, all of these bell peppers, baby. And the holidays coming up too. You can freeze these. You can freeze onions. You can freeze bell peppers. I don't know about the jalapenos, but I'm sure you probably can and things like that. But I'm no expertise in that area. But I do know about these bell peppers and onions. So, but I cook with bell peppers like that. So these will get used. Okay. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show y'all, my neighbor came through and gave me some of the stuff out of his garden for me to try. And your girl gonna use them seeds, baby. I sure am. Anything they got a seed, I know a seed hate to see me coming, baby, because I'm gonna use you. I'm gonna use you, show is. Or you gonna go in my seed bag until it's time for me to use you. But I'm gonna use the seed. I ain't throwing no seeds away. I got cantaloupe seeds in there. I got tomato seeds in there. Bell pepper seeds, which is the red and the green. So think it's a game. Y'all better get with it if you ain't already with it. Container gardeners, come through, baby. Do it. Make it happen. Y'all can grow right inside y'all house. It's not hard at all. It's not. It just a little bit of your time. But I'm telling you, once you see that plant come up and you start seeing them little green leaves, baby, or it doing anything different than what it than just looking at dirt. Once you start seeing some activity, I'm telling you, you hooked, and you ain't gonna be able to stop. You gonna be like, oh my God, let me see if I can grow this. Let me see if I can grow that. You know what I'm saying? But the most time it's gonna take is for you to get some soil or some dirt, throw it in a container. Make sure you poke some holes in the bottom so the water can drain out. Throw the soil in there. Put your seeds on top of the dirt. You ain't gotta go digging deep down in there. That's why I had made a mistake when first gardening, was that I was thinking everything needed to be planted deep. Them seeds don't need to be that deep, baby. They do have a certain feet that it needs to be down in there, but majority of them, honey, they can sit right there on the top. Just fluff up the dirt a little bit and just cover it with it, and it'll grow. I thought I had to stick my finger down in there, dig a hole, and then drop the seed in there. And some things don't need to be that deep. Some of them can be just right there on the surface, and they'll do their thing, and then the roots will grow down in there or whatever. So, but this wasn't a gardening video. This was just, I was sharing with y'all what my neighbor gave me that pertains to the garden or whatever. But what I wanted to talk about was when a narcissist ghosts you, baby. See, when the narcissist ghosted me all those times, I didn't know that it was for my good, because I didn't understand. I didn't know what was going on, you know what I'm saying? So at that time, I'm attached to him. I don't want to let go at this moment. And so when they do it to you, it's when you least expect it. And so, of course, when you least expect it, you're not like, well, then go on about your business. Then I wish I could have been like that, because in reality, that's how we should be. If they ghost us, if they up and leave us out of the blue or whatever, we should be like, well, then go on about your business. I do better without you anyhow. But them not the feelings. If we gonna be real about the situation, them not the feelings we be feeling when that happens to us. At that time, we're confused, we're hurt, we don't know what's going on, and all we want is some answers. How can we fix it? How can we make it right? But we ain't thinking about maybe him walking away or maybe her walking away is the best thing for us, because when they there, what are they doing to us anyhow? Confusing us, causing drama, unnecessary stress. So we should be tired of them, and we should be ready for them to go, but we don't. We just gonna be honest, we don't be tired. We just be stuck in that moment. Like, if anybody should leave, it should be me. So why you leaving? Like, what did I do to you for you to be up and just leaving me like that? That was my mind thought. My thought process when the narcissist ghosted me. I'm like, well, what in the world could I have done to you for you to feel like you tired of what's going on? It should be me. I should be tired. But, you know what I'm saying? He gave me chance after chance to leave. I just didn't get the hint. Or maybe I was getting it, but I didn't want to accept it like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to be honest about how I felt during the ghosting stage or whatever. If you're doing this now, going through a ghosting stage, baby, let them stay gone. Let them stay gone. Go and start working on your healing journey, because I'm telling you, it's the best thing that they did leave. It's the best thing that they did leave. That way, they done came in to do their job. And their job is to help you get back on your track. Your life purpose track. Maybe it's some things you need to work on. And now you can do those things now that they're out the way. Because when they're there, you're not focusing on yourself. You focusing on them, the issues that they're bringing, all the confusion that's going on around you. You concentrating on that thing, but you're not concentrating on you and what you need for yourself to grow in your life. You know what I'm saying? But baby, if a narcissist ghosts you, let them be gone. Because baby, I'm telling you, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. And then too, they do it as a game. So either they've been doing all of these different things to you and you just don't, it wasn't nothing they could do to make you fold and make you just say, you know what, I'm done with you or whatever. Because initially that's what they're looking for. They're looking for you to cut them off so they can look like the good person in the situation. See, I was trying to do what I could do and I was being good to them, and then they just broke up with me for no reason or whatever. That's what they're looking for. But if you don't give that to them, they go ahead and they make a scenario or make a issue that was not there, so that way they can up and leave you. Take the coward way out of saying they done with you. So instead of them saying anything, they just up and leave. And I'm telling you, boy, if I'd have known the games that I was being dealt, the games that was being played with me when I was dealing with the narcissist, the stress that I went through could have been saved. I didn't even have to go through all that. But I'm on the outside of the situation now, seeing where I was when I was with the narcissist and where I'm at now. It's totally different. And I'm like, dang, man, I wish I would have just noticed, like, paid attention to what was really going on. And it could have saved myself the heartache. But it wasn't meant for me to see it that way. It was meant for me to go through it the way that I went through it so I can get to where I am now. So that way I heal properly, I find myself, and just know that it's something greater out there for me. I didn't have to deal with the things that I was dealing with. I kind of chose to deal with those things or whatever. Even though, yes, narcissists trick us into different things and they manipulate us into different things, we still have to take our accountability for staying. Because we wanted to see the good in them. You know what I'm saying? Just hang in there with me. I'm gonna make the point. We, as the person who wanted the relationship, we worked hard to keep them in a place where they didn't want to be at. They was only here for a short amount of time. And so they weren't gonna stay. Whether they married you or you was just a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you were never important. You were just a stepping stone to get to the next level that they wanted to get to. And so if leaving you and turning around and coming back to you get them what they want, they'll do it 1,000 times over if we let them. And so it's on us when we allow them back in. But we have no clue that these people are gaslighting us and playing these mind games that they're playing. We think it because they come back and say I'm sorry, or they play these little well, if you'd be a better woman or a better man, then I wouldn't do the things I do. Then you switch it up, try to become the person that they said not to be when they were telling you what could possibly make the relationship better, which we know it ain't gonna ever get better. It ain't nothing you can do. It's all about them. It ain't about, it's about you, but it's their issue that has nothing to do with you. There's nothing you can do to change the situation to make them happy. They're just not gonna be happy, point blank period. But you go through all of these hoops thinking that if I just do this one thing that they say is making the relationship go bad, then we'll be good. And now here you are making these changes over here, and they're not making any because they don't think that they're doing anything wrong. They blaming it on you when they know it's them. But we don't know it's them. We thinking it's us because they're telling us, oh, well, if you wouldn't talk back so much, then I wouldn't have to leave you and go and sleep with somebody else. And then you sitting here like, well, if I just stop talking so much, maybe he won't or she won't go and find somebody else because maybe they're not over there talking back to them. And so I want to, I want to hold on to what we got. But it's what I had going on. I was in the relationship by myself. The narcissist was doing his thing regardless whether I was being good to him or not. The narcissist is going to do what the narcissist wants to do. Ain't nothing you can do to change that. Ain't nobody ever changed one. You got to let them change on their own. Ain't nothing you can do. You can't be a better version of yourself to make them act right. You can't have enough money to make them act right. Because guess what? If they go to one who got a lot of money, they going to play with them too. Because then after that, that's going to get boring. Now I need something that's a little more harder. And then they go from harder to easy to easier to harder to easier. Then it's just crazy. You can't keep up with a narcissist. You can't please a narcissist at all. So when they ghost you, baby, I'm telling you, if you going through this now, if the narcissist don't walk down on you, baby, say go on. Stay there. Stay where you at. And don't let them back in. It's hard. It's hard to do. I know it is. It's hard to do. But I'm telling you, if you let them come back, they just going to do the same thing over again. Take a little while longer. This time they going to, if you expose a little bit of what they're doing, that don't mean they going to be like, oh, well, she knows what I'm doing now and I'm going to change. They still not going to change. It's just going to play a little longer in manipulating you until they ready to take the mask off again and then drop the bomb on you once again. And that's what I went through with the narcissist. He would come back. Every time I thought I got my hands on exactly what he's doing. Oh, so you run from woman to woman and then you come back to me and this, that, and the third. So I'm thinking that since I'm telling him I know these things, that he'll pipe down and be like, man, she on to me now. So let me go ahead and sit and chill and be good to her because she been being good to me. No. That's what I was thinking every single time the gaslighting happened, the hoovering happened. I'm thinking, okay, he really done seen the light and he coming in and he finna be different. He pretend to be different for a little while, maybe a couple of months or so. But then that mask come off, baby, and we right back at square one all over again. Now I'm back to not yet. Because I'm telling you, the narcissist I dealt with, phone was always good to him. He had his on his tip, baby. And it don't ring. His just light up. It flashes when he getting a phone call and it don't make no sound when he getting a text message. So he could just pick the phone up at any time. And it's like, who you talking to? I ain't hear your phone ring. His phone, since we ever dated, never rung. I ain't never heard no sound. And ain't finna hook it up to no radio in the car either while we riding. He did that before, but he know I was looking at them numbers because, it don't show a name when it's hooked up to the radio in the car. It don't show a name, it just show numbers. So he know I was checking them numbers out and looking at them and saying I'm gonna put it all together. So he stopped doing that. I ain't never say nothing. I ain't never give him none of my secrets or anything like that. But you best believe if I seen a number pop up there, I was looking to see what them numbers is and kind of remember a little bit of them. So if I see it in his phone, then I hear the way he talking. But listen, I sat back and observed the narcissist I had very, very well. I'm telling you, from different conversations he had on his phone, I could tell who he's talking to. I can't tell exactly who on the phone, but when he's talking to a woman that he's hoovering or manipulating or, saying he trying to get in good with, I can tell when he's doing that because he talk different. Conversations are different. And so now that I'm finding out that narcissists do everything intentionally, he was doing them things intentionally right in front of my face. Because he was thinking that I didn't know what he was doing, but I was on him like white on rice, but I still couldn't change him. Nothing I did. I could tell him what he did. I could tell him every conversation he had on his phone that sounded disrespectful or sounded like he was talking to somebody else, honey. I can bring that to him and he's still gonna look me in my face and tell me I'm lying. You lying. That ain't what I said. I said X, Y, and Z. It'd be everything but what he said on that phone. But I know I heard it with my own ears, what he was talking about on that phone. And I know it wasn't no regular conversation with just a regular person, your prayer warriors. baby, they game be on, it be A1, but it be stupid all at the same time. But if you don't know what you're into, or what you know, like what you're getting into with these people, you'll believe their lies until you start to see things and they lying in your face, and then that's when you're like, okay, something definitely up here. Because I know that I heard him say, or I know I seen her do, and they seen me see them. But you confront them about it and they tell you a whole different story. They make up this whole different scenario of what you seen. Like they trying to erase your memory of what you seen, and they gonna put a new memory in your head of what you really saw. That's how crazy a narcissist will play with you. They will. So I'm telling you, when they ghost you, baby, be like, go on. Stay right where you at. I'm glad you left. And I'm telling you, that's how I was the last time around with the narcissist I was dealing with, because every time he would discard me or ghost me or whatever, those were the times where I would be those feelings of, what did I do wrong? You know what I'm saying? Sitting here questioning myself about what it is that I did this time to make you leave, because we were just having a good time. The narc I dealt with, baby, he'll wait for a good time to come through to ghost me. He don't wait for bad times. He wait for good times, so that way your mind is really confused. Like, hold on, what you leaving for now? We just was having a good time. So what happened? I just gotta go. What? I just gotta go. I told you I was leaving. No, you ain't told me nothing. Like he tried to play these games with me, like he had a conversation with me coming into the relationship that I should already be aware of, that, okay, I'm only here for a certain amount of time and then I'm going to leave again. That's how he be coming at me when he doing the dumb stuff. I'm like, bro, no, you ain't told me nothing about you looking for another place, or you was only going to be here for X amount of time and then you just going to up and leave. Nah, I wouldn't agree to no stuff like that. But that's the mess that they would try to put in your head to make you think that that's what I told you in the beginning, but you weren't listening and paying attention, so you missed it. It ain't my fault you didn't hear me when I said it. No, sir, because you didn't say that. You ain't ever said nothing like that to me, because you know if you said that to me, you would never ever been back here. Ever. So let's not play like that. But, baby, when that narcissist ghosts you, let they behind stay right where they at. I know it's hard, but just sit back and think about everything that you was going through before that point happened, that you was settling for, and that you was like, you know what, I'm really sick of him or her doing this one thing, but I love them, so I'm gonna work with them. Them the things right there that you should be focusing on, because that's not what you should be settling for. That's not what should be acceptable in your life, because you ain't causing the narcissist that kind of drama or pain or strife or grief or whatever. So why should you sit here and allow them to cause these things for you? And that's what my biggest problem was. The narcissist done did everything up under the sun that gave me grounds to walk away from them. But I couldn't, because I'm seeing the potential. I fell in love with the potential. Don't let the potential get you jacked up in a situation. Because if they ain't showing you the real deal right now, let that potential be a future potential. When they get it, then if it's meant to be, y'all come together. But if they ain't giving you the real deal right now, and it's just a potential that you seeing, step back and reevaluate some stuff. Because that potential will get you caught up, baby. I'm telling you, I was all up in the potential with him. I seen the potential that he could give. But that's not what he was giving me. He was giving me the total opposite. The narc will give you the bare minimum. And then when they're losing, then they'll turn around and give you everything you've been asking for throughout the whole relationship. Now they want to start giving those things to you because now you want to walk away. Or now you catching on to what they doing. So now they want to be good. Only to turn around and do the same thing to you all over again. Once they feel like you let your guard down, that's when they let their mask come off again. See, that's what the issue was with the last narc that I dealt with last time around or whatever. He couldn't feel like my guard was down no more. Because normally he can feel it. He can kind of weigh out the time when my guard would be down, and he can go ahead and play me like he normally play me. This last time around was kind of hard because, see, I done caught on. I dealt with him for 4.5 years. For you guys who don't know the story, go back in the old videos, and my whole narc story and journey is here right now, up to date. But I dealt with the narcissist for 4.5 years. I've dealt with more narcissists than this one, but this is the one who got me on my journey of healing and finding myself and falling in love with myself. And I'm where I'm at right now to this day after that relationship. So after 4.5 years, I've sat and observed this man so much that I knew when he was up to no good, because he would start moving funny, and he moved the same way every single time. He didn't do nothing different. Every time he did something and he was up to no good, he did it the same way. That's how I was able to catch on. So he got me all of those other times, but this last time around, baby, I didn't give him the game like I usually I didn't let him play with me like I normally let him play with me. You know what I'm saying? So this time around, I didn't show him signs of me letting my guard down. So he put in some work. I'm telling you, he went 6 months strong, y'all. Because I'm telling you, when he comes back in after the gaslighting, the manipulation, and the hoover and all that good stuff, it usually lasts about a month where he be good to me. And then he just drop and start treating me like I'm the scum of the earth. This last time, I didn't soften up like I normally do. I wasn't letting too much stuff slide. I wasn't, just being okay with, oh, this is just how he operates, so I'm going to just let him do it. No, I moved differently. I did something different to get a different outcome. That's what I did this time around. I moved different. I did something different because what I did before wasn't working. And I kept doing the same thing over and over again and kept getting the same results. And I was tired of getting those results. And so this time, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to allow him to see that my guard is down. I want him to put in the work and take me serious with how I want to be treated. Because even though I allowed him to take me through a whole lot of stuff, I still was fighting for him to respect me, respect the relationship. But we already know how a narcissist is. A narcissist is about themselves, baby. They ain't about nobody else. If it's not benefiting them, they gonna move on to the next thing, swinging with the benefits for them. That's just how they operate. But they will deal with you as long as they need to whatever they got set up on the side falls through completely. They ain't moving until it's solidified. That's how they move. So I just was not going for all the stuff that I used to go for. And so he had to come up with different ways to try to get what he wanted. And he wasn't getting what he wanted. So it lasted a little longer. So he gaslighted and hoovered me and, love bombed me. So now that we're back in the relationship, we're not currently in a relationship, guys. So when I say back in the relationship, I'm talking about past, okay? So once he got me back in the relationship, the love bombing continued on for at least 6 months. The love bombing stage usually stops within a month or sometimes a matter of weeks. But this time he carried on the love bombing for 6 months. And I was shocked because things happen in between that normally he would pack up and leave for, but this time he didn't do so. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here trying to think what his thought process was with the way that I was acting. I was moving different for him. I was moving different. And that ain't no hooray, one leg up on him or whatever. I'm just saying I was doing different things because I wanted him. Because I didn't know he was a narcissist. I just thought that he was a toxic person that if he could possibly talk to somebody, he'll be an all right guy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. We're not perfect out here, but I just thought that he, if he sat down and talked with somebody, he'll be a outstanding guy. But that's not the case. That's not the case. A narcissist 9 times out of 10 don't believe anything is wrong with them in the first place. So he ain't finna go and sit to nobody. And he always would tell me, I don't need a doctor. I don't need you to play therapist. I don't need you to be my mama. I don't need you to. But them was the things that he assumed I was doing. I wasn't trying. Boy, how I'm gonna be your mama? You don't sleep with your mama. So therefore, I'm definitely not trying to be your mama. But in a sense, I still was his mama because I was still sitting here raising a 50-year-old man, which blew me because he was 50, y'all. So don't let these ages fool y'all either. And I'm telling you, somebody going through this right now, because I wasn't even finna get this deep with the situation, but somebody must be going through this right now, whatever. But baby, I'm telling you, the older they are, the worse they are. Because I sure thought that because he was 50, not knowing he was a narcissist, but just because he was 50, I thought that, well, when I met him, he was 46. He is now 50 something. Finna be 52. So I'm thinking, with age, there's maturity. When he stepped to me, it was a mature level. So I thought this was a mature man until I started dating him. And I seen just how childish he is. In his mind, he's still 18. And I used to tell him that all the time. I'm like, you moving around here like you 18 years old. Like, you got years, baby, to keep playing with people. You don't. It's time for you to sit down somewhere. Get your life together, because you ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of, but you do. But you keep abandoning it and deciding to run these streets and be homeless. And so that's your choice. That's your choice. But it don't look good that you 50 years old and you still bouncing from pillar to post and you don't have anything to show for anything. So, you know what I'm saying? I try not to come at him like that, but it's reality. It's real. We dealing with real life situations. I didn't talk to him like a child. I talked to him like a man until I got to the end, and I just didn't care who he was no more, because I respected that man all the way up until the last day, January 27th. I respected him all the way up until that day. That day, he was everything but a child of God. I just did not care no more, because I cared all of the other times. And now that I'm stopped, I don't feel like I care no more. Now you sitting here looking at me crazy, like, who is this woman? Yeah. I'm still the same woman you played with. You still gaslighted, you love bombed, and played all these manipulation games with. I'm her. And this is the monster that you created in the midst of playing these little games that you played. But I already explained to him that once you meet her, once you meet the other me, ain't no going back. I warned him of her plenty of times, but he had to keep playing with the fire, and he had to go ahead and find out. So he messed around and he found out. When I get to that person, baby, it's not a pretty sight. The nice, sweet woman that you was playing with and who was giving you all this grace and seeing your potential, and you done flip the script. Now I'm not that person no more. Now you don't know who I am now, because you done played too much. And how long do you think somebody gonna sit there and let you keep playing with them? I gave you 4.5 years. How many more you wanted to play with? How many more you wanted to play with? And that's what be getting me about them narcs too, y'all, is they get mad because you don't want to let them play no more. You don't want to let me play with your heart no more. You don't want me to manipulate you no more. How you just gonna up and not let me love bomb you no more? That's how I feel like a narcissist be thinking. Like, so you got the audacity to be mad at me because I played you. Or you got the audacity to tell me that you ain't going to sit here and let me play with you for another 4 more years. That's what you telling me. That's how I feel like a narcissist be thinking. Like, so you just going to sit here and cut me off. Why you going to cut me off? You been letting me play with you. Why I can't play with you no more? And so that right there, that's right. Listen, y'all, that's what be pissing me off, because I'm like, man, listen. It gets under my skin. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. But I'm just saying, in my mind, that's how I think a narcissist think now. It's like, how you gonna be? Because when you retaliate and you shut it down, or now you get some standards about yourself and you want to move on with your life and just lead them where they at, they get hard down mad. Like, how you just not gonna let me play with you no more? Boy, if you don't sit down, girl, if you don't go have many seats and stop playing over here, go find you some kids to play with because I don't want to play with you. Baby, listen, I'm telling you, these narcissists a trip. But I ain't know. University of YouTube taught me about narcissism. It did. And I'm telling you, it had my nose wide open because everything I looked up, baby, was exactly what I was going through. So I couldn't deny that I was dealing with a narcissist if I wanted to. Once I got into that world that rabbit hole of narcissists, baby, I swear the one I was dealing with, he all of them. Covert, overt, he all of them. He got it bad. I'm telling you, like, everything that I experienced with him is all of those different types of narcissists. He got it bad. He need medicine. I'm just talking noise right now, y'all. I'm being funny, but call it like you see it. I'm telling y'all, but these narcissists ain't nothing to play with. Just if one ghosts you, go ahead and start your healing process. They coming back to get up under your skin. Because if you really put your foot down, it's going to be hard. It is going to be so hard. See, it's a little easier for me because the narcissist is not in the same state as me. So when the narcissist ghosts me, they go to a whole nother state. So I don't get to see them around town and all that good stuff right now. So I think that if that was like that, it'd probably be a little bit harder for me too. But since he's out of sight, out of mind, it works better for me. So just know that if you do ghost the narcissist first, or if they ghost you and you cut off that access of them coming back in, just know you're gonna get some what's the word when they wanna attack you, they gonna come after you for cutting them off, setting boundaries. They gonna throw some, strike back at you, because how dare you cut me off and don't allow me to come live with you and turn your world upside down? How dare you cut me off from the supply that you're supplying me? How dare you? Like, boy, that thing be tripping me out for real, because like I feel like that's how they be acting for real. Like, how you get mad at me for catching you cheating on me? How you do that? Please tell me. But that's how them narcs be moving though. You catch them cheating and they mad at you. They being you mad first because you caught them cheating or caught them doing something they ain't had no business doing. But they mad at you to keep you from being mad at them. So you'll be thrown off and confused that, well, hold on, who supposed to be mad here? Me or you? So they beat you to the punch. I dealt with that with the narc too. Anytime I brought something to his attention, he quickly threw that line back at me. But if you was listening and paying attention, you would have been doing this and I wouldn't have been saying this. No, I wouldn't take it no more. I wouldn't allow him to throw his banana lies on me. And so he got mad because I wouldn't do that. And so what'd he do? He pack up and he leave, because I don't believe nothing you saying no more. I used to believe him. I used to think that there was some hope in the stories that he was telling me. Everything was a lie. It was a lie. You lie for no reason. We arguing about a bottle of water, baby. It's not even that serious. It's not. But a narc will make it seem like it's the biggest crime in the world. Playing with a narcissist. Ain't nobody got time. So, baby, when one goes still, that is your opportunity to break free and set boundaries, cut them on off, deny access. And I'm telling you, it ain't easy. But if you want something different, you gotta move different. You gotta make a different, you gotta do something different to get a different outcome, to get a different result. So if you continue to keep doing the same thing and that same thing ain't working for you, try something else. But a narcissist ain't bringing nothing good to your life, except for some kids. And I'm hearing that even the kids pick up this disease. And so it getting your kids too. That's how they got it. You know what I'm saying? So it's break the cycle somewhere, baby. But do what you gotta do. But go through your journey the way that you go through your journey. I always say that. But if you're in the situation now where the narcissist has ghosted you and you don't understand why, baby, deny that access when they come back in if you can. Stop letting them play with you. It's time. Narcs are being exposed, baby. They don't get to run around and play with people like they did before. We are waking up a lot of people out here about narcissism, baby, because it's real. I didn't even know it was a thing. It's a whole big thing. It's in the celebrity world. It's happening, y'all. It's for real. And these people will take you out if you let them, depending on what kind you dealing with. Because some scary, some will hurt you, and you just don't know. But instead of playing with these narcissists, baby, go ahead and get them up out your life. Start somewhere. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying just, oh, I said in the video, leave the narcissist alone. No, it ain't gonna happen like that, because you can't just turn your feelings off like that. That's some inner healing and work that you got to put in to get to that point. You will get there if you're trying. If you're trying to remove yourself out the situation and, you know what I'm saying, do better for yourself, you will do better. But you got to do the work. It's not going to happen overnight, and it ain't going to be done for you. You got to do it yourself. I'm telling you, it's much better on the other side. Person coming from that place. Only 7 months ago, finna be 8 months on the 27th. 8 months ago, I was once in your shoes. And I've been on this healing journey since. And I'm telling you, it's a whole lot better over here. Do it get lonely? Yes, it do. It do get lonely. But I have standards. I have boundaries that I have set now to make sure that when I do start bad dating, that I'm not finna just put up with any old foolishness that I put up before. And that if I notice a narc coming into my life again, baby, I can go ahead and cut that at the front door. Don't cross over here, player. Stay over there. I see you and I see what you got going on with you. I'm good. Stay over there. I'm not playing these games with nobody else. I've had enough lessons to know that fire burns when you really put your hands on it. So I don't want to touch it no more. I'm good. I am good. And I'm telling you, it sounds easier said than done. And I know this. But you got to sit and deal with all that stuff. You got to deal with all your emotions, and you can't be afraid to. Sometimes that'll send you back spiraling to the narc. But you're stronger than that. Prayer, hard work, all of that stuff plays a role in your healing journey. But you do what you got to do. Do what works best for you. But I'm saying, if a narcissist done ghosted you, baby, take that as a blessing. And go ahead and start right there from that moment. Setting boundaries and, looking inside yourself, asking yourself, is this something I really want to keep putting up with? Because the more you take them in, the more the game keep going on. It does not stop. It don't stop. I know this man done left me over 10 times, and I done let him back in, and ain't nothing changed. We ain't together now. Ain't nothing changed. All I did was I learned a lot from the situation, and so now that I know the things that I know, I'm not gonna sleep on them no more. I'm not gonna sleep on any red flags, anything that tells me or that feels funny. I'm not gonna discard it. I'm not. I'm gonna use everything that I got to keep me safe in my next relationship. But I ain't finna sit here and settle for the stuff that I've settled for before. I definitely ain't finna do that. So just wanted to drop those jewels on y'all, and for my new subscribers, tell y'all where I'm coming from, and a little bit about my page. I do gardening, I sing, I do nails, I do narcissistic talk. I do go live sometimes. I don't go live all the time, but on Saturdays I'm supposed to go live. So I'm thinking, because I got a couple of things I want to do today, so we'll see about a live later on or whatever. But yes, my videos My channel is basically me doing whatever makes me happy. I'm taking y'all along with me on my narcissistic journey, my self-love healing journey, all of that. Anything that I got going on in my life, I've opened my doors for you guys to be here to see me blossom into this beautiful butterfly that I'm about to blossom into. So if I can do it, you can do it too. I'm telling y'all, I done been to the lowest of the low. Your girl done been homeless before. Here I am in a place that I done held down for 6 years by myself. I ain't never had an issue with holding down my own spot. It's just when I live with other people, things don't work out when I live with other people. That's why I like to live by myself. But I am not in a mansion or anything like that. But baby, I'm in something that I pay the bill for every month. It may not be the best looking home in the world, but it's my home. And it's a roof over my head, over me and my children's head. And I'm paying for it. I go to work every day. So ain't nothing nobody can tell me. I'm going to get there. If you in a big mansion, a nice house or whatever, baby, I'm going to be just like you when I grow up. I'm coming. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for your head because I'm going to have me a nice house one day. Jesus said it, baby, and his word is never void. So I know it's coming. I'm just being patient and waiting on it. But while we talking about places, your girl has been looking for places. But baby, listen, I'm gonna need them to I'm gonna need some of these celebrities to give me some of their money for the type of rent that these people asking for out here in the world, because they done lost their rabbit mind. But something fall through in my price range. But the things that I done see right now, baby, hold on, just take it down just a little bit, not too much now, because it's all right, but it's just a little bit too high, you know what I'm saying? But I do know, with the times that we're in right now, everything gets skyrocketed, you know what I'm saying? But I need to get up out this neighborhood because your girl has served her time here, and I think it's time to go. It's been time to go, but it's really, really, really time to go now, because I've seen too much and I want my peace back. So when my peace get played with, baby, I get to moving around. So we at that time where my peace has been played with. I mean, things are going back to normal here or whatever, but still, I'm done with this neighborhood. I want something different, something better, and a different scenery. I've seen this scenery for 6 years. I could have seen it for the rest of my life or whatever, because it is where I live or whatever, but God said he had something better for me, and I'm trusting him and believing him that he gonna give it to me, and I know it. But in the meantime, your girl gotta do something else until that time comes. So yes, like I said, I have been doing a couple of things, and so, you know, it is what it is. What my shirt say, it is what it is. So yeah, I love you guys. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna think about a live, and if I decide to do one, I'll hit y'all up on the community post and let y'all know, or hit you with a short about a live we can do tonight. And just if y'all want to, throw me out some ideas, some topics to talk about, and maybe we can get us a live going today. So if y'all interested, throw up some topics that we could talk about in the live tonight, and I'll see about going live. All right, I love y'all. Have a good day.